Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Bob DiMaria with another episode of Ask Dr. Bob in Westlake, Ohio, and in Naples, Florida. You can join me at either location. Great questions today. I like this one. I'm concerned about the amount of hair that I've been losing lately. I'm 7 years old, and I was wondering, at my age, is there something else I can do? It's interesting that you brought that up because in the springtime, I started using, from Biotics Research Corporation, their Hydrolyzed Collagen. They have two flavors, vanilla and chocolate. Now, I've never really been into any kind of protein drinks. I like to eat food. But they had a very interesting little brochure that said, better than Botox. I mean, who wouldn't want to try that product? So I started doing 2 scoops in 8 ounces of water with a couple ice cubes, and I put it in a blender. You have to have something vigorous to do it. And my hair is thicker, my nails are stronger, and it made a difference in skin and workouts that I do. So we also use a product called Inositol from Biotics Research Corporation. You may consider having your thyroid checked, your TSH, your T3, and your T4. You want to also make sure you have enough iodine in your body. The thyroid has a lot to do with it. You want to be digesting properly. There's so much to do with thinning hair. That will make a difference. Dr. Bob, this was an also interesting question. Why does the cold weather make my pain worse? And you wanted to know what you can do because you have arthritis, and you thank me for all that I do. This is interesting because several years ago, in around September in northern Ohio, the temperature changes. It goes from that summer to a little bit cooler mornings, and there's certain times we'll get into the mid-30s. Well, I started to notice that my bones ached a little bit, and that was a body signal to me that my thyroid was probably getting low. So I supported thyroid health, and I am able to go outside. You don't have to be logical about this. But my bones, my body doesn't ache when the temperature changes. Now, when it comes to arthritis, what's interesting is that the liver has everything to do with arthritis joint discomfort. There's so many different types of arthritis, but we use something called niacinamide 500 for our practice members that have osteoarthritis. That was a very good question. Now, this individual has tinnitus, just ear ringing, or tinnitus. Everybody causes it a little bit different. Ear ringing. They are underweight, and they want to do it to know what they can do for healing. Well, my first point would be to have an Opti-Chem profile so we could look down exactly what kind of deficiencies that you may not be going on in your body. We also use a product from Biotics called NutriClear Free, which helps support all the nutrients that you might be missing. But you really want to have an Opti-Chem profile. It checks your calcium and magnesium and your globulin to see how you're digesting. Your body might be acid. What is your cholesterol like comparison to your triglycerides? Are you under stress? We can check your kidneys. There's so much we can check. So for me to give you a random answer, pretty difficult and pretty challenging for me to do. Last question. My husband had shingles that went into something called Ramsay Hunt. Now, upon research, Ramsay Hunt is a named condition where the shingles, which is a virus, starts to impact your face. So this is what I learned when it comes to viruses, regardless of however they name them. Because I happen to be blood type A. Blood type A have more of a difficulty absorbing calcium. Calcium glues cell membranes together. I make sure I take at least 1 L-lysine every day. I take a product called BioCMP every day, and I use 10 drops of Agrecept every day. Those particular nutrients make a difference in the absorption of calcium in my body. Now, because the shingles has already gone to his face, I don't think I can give you a specific answer for that. But for all those who don't have any kind of viruses you need, or don't have a flare-up, you need calcium to make your metabolism strong. Very, very good questions. I'm Dr. Bob DiMaria.